Barely 2 months after she assuming office of Health Cabinet Secretary, Sicily Kariuki's tenure is uncertain. This is after Mandera North MP Bashir Abdullahi initiated the process of her removal from office via motion that is so far supported by over 167 MPs.
This notice of motion reminds Kenyans and everybody that if you are a public officer entrusted with the responsibility to serve Kenyans, then you must do your job. The president and the deputy president appointed you. If you fail to do your job, then Parliament will have to look into it.
Legislators supporting the move claim the cabinet secretary is hostile and therefore unapproachable. The lawmakers are also agitated by Kariuki's decision to suspend Kenyatta National Hospital Chief Executive Officer Lilian Koros prior to investigations into the brain surgery mix-up. MPs supporting her removal from office further feel she influenced the report by the National Assembly's Health Committee tabled in the House on Tuesday, which absolved the Health Cabinet Secretary from blame while inducting the KNH board and management. Further, they have taken issue with the Cabinet Secretary for allegedly prioritizing establishing of her office rather than pressing health issues.
Parliament will protect Kenyans because it's supposed to check the executive. Once you are appointed as a member of the Cabinet Secretary or at whatever level, the appointing authority has given you the mandate to function. But if you fail, then we as members of Parliament, we are able to check on that and advise the appointing authority to remove so and so. In this case, we have looked at the issues of Madam Sicily Kariuki and find it prudent that it is better she steps aside.
Other than that, there are so many issues of even having a whole floor. She's even doing a pedicure center in a public office. So we are not here for people who just want to create people who are semi-gods in public institutions.
I have been one of the members who were told to leave their phone numbers, their telephones at the reception when Madam Cecily was the CS public service, where I had gone to seek service as a women representative, where my organization, the NGAF, falls under our department. So that itself is also infringing on the rights of the people of Isiolo, whom I represent.
According to Article 152 of the Constitution, if the motion by the Mandera North MP is supported by at least 1/3 of members in the House, then a select committee shall be appointed by the Assembly to investigate the matter. This select committee shall have 10 days to hear the Cabinet Secretary and report back to the House. If allegations are substantiated by the committee and supported by majority of members in the House, the onus will be on the President to dismiss the Cabinet Secretary. Elsewhere, lawmakers have opposed regulations suggested by the National Police Commission seeking to reduce the salaries of police officers. Debating a motion on improving working conditions of the men in uniform, sponsored by Mandera East MP Omar Maalim, MPs accused Johnston Kavuludi-led commission of mismanaging affairs of the police.
Progressive countries, what they have is a progressive, happy and motivated police force. If Kenya is to realize Vision 2030, Mr. Speaker, we must have a motivated police force.
Kevin Washira, Channel One News.